Hi Tubes, got something pretty interesting here for you today. I got this lawnmower that I just picked up. A buddy of mine gave me a call the other day and said there was a lawnmower in the trash and asked me if I wanted it. And I said, yeah, pick it up. And it's a Honda. It's one of these Hondas. You see these things all over the place. It's got the GCV 160 motor on it, which pretty much every Honda mower I've ever worked on had that motor on it. It's very common. But anyway, it's a pretty sweet piece. It's pretty clean. Doesn't look like it was used a whole lot, so we're going to figure out why it was in the trash. So stand by here. The first thing we'll do here is we'll check the oil on it. I've seen at least one of these that they just flat out, oh boy, it's not good. Alright, so there's problem number one. It appears as though somebody probably just tightened up the dipstick too much, and then when they went to loosen it up, the whole thing started spinning here. So I guess that's problem one. Let me use two hands here and see if I can get it loose. Alright, so it looks to have oil in it. Looks a little bit on the dirty side, but not by all means not the worst that I've seen. So it's got oil in it. That's a good sign. Practically even got a full tank of gas in it. Alright, it's got fuel in it. It's got oil in it. I'm thinking let's choke her up here and see if it'll start. Wouldn't be the first time I found a mower in the trash that had absolutely nothing wrong with it. Alright, well there's definitely something wrong with this thing. It blew the whole air filter cover right off. I don't know what that was all about. But the thing was vibrating like I don't even know what that thing is vibrating like. But there's definitely something wrong with it. Something's out of balance. Maybe they bent the blade, or hopefully it's not a bent shaft, but something's wrong with it. So it's about 95 degrees, maybe 100 degrees out here in the sun. So I'm going to pull this thing in the garage here, and we'll figure out what's going on here. Alright, now we're inside the garage here now, and I figured I'd show you something real quick. We just got this new saw over here. It's a big daddy compared to the other one we had. So we're gonna be cutting some serious metal with that thing. But anyway, first thing I want to do here is I'm going to pull the spark plug boot off of here, because I'm going to be messing with the blade. And anytime you're working on a lawnmower and you're messing with the blades or the belts or anything, always pull the spark plug boot off. That way there's no chance of it starting, you know, because some of these, this one's actually got a clutch in it, but some of these are direct drive, and so there is that possibility if you're spinning that blade that it could actually fire up on you, you know. It's almost like you're prop starting an airplane or something, so keep that in mind. But I'm also going to take the spark plug totally out, so that way it'll make it a little bit easier for me to, if I got to spin this thing over and whatnot. Spark plug looks half decent. The gap, the gap looks like it was fine. Not that it seemed like it was running poorly, but doesn't really look like it was running particularly rich or particularly lean. So that's one thing we don't have to worry about. All right, so I got this thing up on the lift here. And it looks like it's got a brand new blade on it. It doesn't even look like they even cut any grass with it. If you're not familiar with these lawnmowers, you might think that it's not supposed to have two blades, and that's the problem. Some idiot just put two blades on it. But actually, that's how these things are designed. They have the two blades on them. I'm not sure if it's because it's a mulching mower, you know, because there's no chute on this thing for the grass to come out. Or actually, you have two options. You can either blow it out the back, it'll blow out the back there and go into the bagger if you so desire, or it just mulches, it just chops up the grass and lets it fall down. So I'm not sure if the two-bladed design has something to do with that, or exactly what the deal is, but in any case, these are actually supposed to have two blades. That's all part of the design. And like I was mentioning to you, this particular machine actually has a clutch on it. So as you can see, right now I'm spinning the clutch, but the actual shaft of the mower isn't spinning. The only way that'll start happening is if I engage the clutch. So I think what I'll do here is, the way you engage the clutch is you push this button down and then pull this lever in. So I'm going to get a piece of wire here, and that way I can wire the clutch engaged and spin the whole shaft and everything. So I just got a little piece of safety wire here wrapped around the handle here that'll keep the clutch engaged. And so what that does is there's just a cable that runs down, and that cable comes out here and pulls this mechanism down and engages the clutch. So now if I start spinning this thing, now you can see that the whole entire shaft is spinning and everything. And actually, I'm looking at this thing. I don't know if you guys can see this. I might have to put it on the tripod. But this if you look at like this top part of the clutch here, that thing is like wobbling up and down as I'm spinning this. That's not a good sign. got you guys up on the tripod here, and what I want you to look at is this is the clutch mechanism right here. What I want you to look at is this top part right here. You got this bottom piece down here and this top part up here. So what you do is look at that top part, and I'm going to spin this blade over and tell me if you guys see anything out of ordinary. It's pretty obvious. It's not even like a little off. That thing is wobbling. We're talking like at least an 1/8 inch, maybe even more. So something's wrong here. I suppose there's a possibility. I'm not sure how this whole clutch mechanism is put together. Maybe there's a slight chance that when they put this new blade on here, they took the clutch apart and put it together wrong. So why don't we take the blades off and pull this clutch apart and see if we can find anything else. Alright, I got my portable impact rig here. We got this old CP. I don't know if that's Central Pneumatic or something else, but I got this old impact here, and we got this air tank here, and we pump it up to about 90 psi, and it'll go for a little while. I use this thing when I'm working out in the backwoods and I don't have access to an air compressor. Alright, so we got our clutch off, and what we have here is this is your shaft here. The shaft, of course, comes out of the motor and comes down to here, and then this part of the clutch is, I guess, pressed onto that shaft. Maybe there's a keyway. I think I see it. I think I see a keyway in there, but regardless, this piece here fits and slides onto the shaft. So that's like basically a press fit there almost. So there's no room for error there. You know, you can't put that on wrong, really. You know, if that was on wrong, it wouldn't even stay on there. So I'm going to try and turn the motor over now and see if I see anything different. But if this whole thing's wobbling, you know, along with the shaft down here, that's going to mean we got a bent shaft. If we turn the mower over, you can see that this whole thing's wobbling. So that's a bent shaft. Nothing they're going to do to fix that short of putting a new crank in the motor. Alright, so I got this thing over my scrap yard now, and that's pretty much all this thing's good for. I could put a new crank in it, which is an option, or I could just part it out. There's a lot of good parts on it. Carburetor, pole starter, blades are brand new, wheels and all that stuff, so that's another option. Or it might end up just being scrap. But anyway, I thought I'd share this with you just to show you my process of you know, figuring out what was wrong with this thing. Of course, it's got a bent shaft, a badly bent shaft. I mean, that thing, when you saw me pulling the rope and turning that over, I mean, that thing is really bad. That's why I was vibrating around so much. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you found it interesting. Let me know down in the comments. Give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe for more. And I think that'll do it. See you later, tubes. Thanks for watching.